Okay, so I want to tell a little story about this job I used to have that I randomly got one day when I was driving a taxi for Artie's Taxi. For those of you who heard that story, that piece of shit cab company I drove for in Deer Park, where I made no money and I quit after like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah, it was pretty awful driving there. But the silver lining was one night I pick up this guy and he gets in a cab and I start talking to him. And he's like, "What's up, bro? My name is Tony." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm David." And we're talking 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the whole way to his destination. And he also happens to have his girlfriend in the car, who just happened to be this girl I went to high school with. Her name was Christine. And, it's him and me and Christine. And I'm telling him how much I hate this cab company and I make no money. He's like, "Hey man, you wanna fucking make like $4,000 a week, bro?" And I'm like, "Fourth what? Did you just say 4 grand a week?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I work at this place where you can make $4,000 a week." He's like this fucking Italian goomba from Brooklyn. No, not just from Brooklyn. This guy was from Bensonhurst, right? The epicenter of like Italians in New York City, of the mob, of course. Yeah. And I say, "Fuck yeah." Now, maybe this dude is full of shit. Maybe it'll end up being $1,000 a week. Maybe it'll be like $600 a week. But even if it is, fuck it. It's still way better than this piece of shit. So I said, "You know what? I'm gonna come down there and check this place out, whatever it is. And if it seems good, if it seems legit, I'm gonna quit this cab company and never go back." So, turns out he works for this company in Melville on Route 110. It was called Close Up TV News. Basically, what they did was they had this internet business news show. And your job was to call all of these people at these companies, ranging from small companies up to like blue chip Fortune 500 companies, and they'd get them to sign up and pay like $25,000 or $35,000 for an advertising spot on this business news show. It was called Close Up on America's Business. And he would feature the company and what they were about and all that shit. And he worked for his uncle, the guy who owned the company. His uncle's name was Lou Separano. And I don't know how these guys pulled this off, but they had some big-ass companies on their resume, right? They had Pez Candy. They had Evans Foods, like the biggest producer of pork rinds in the world. They're a big-ass company. Probably $1 billion or close. And I go down there, I check out the office, see what everything's about, and I go to meet Lou. And as soon as I meet this guy, Lou, I'm looking at him, and he's got the hair and the chain and the open shirt with the little chest hair. And "Oh, hey, yo, I'm Lou, oh, I'm a talent coordinator, Close Up on America's Business. So..." This guy was something right out of the fucking Sopranos. And I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, this guy's in the fucking mafia. Now, there's a lot of people on Long Island, a lot of Italian guys like him that, they wear jewelry, chains, they have that accent. They're just like Lou, right? But they're not in the mob. They're just Italian and proud. But there was something different about Lou. I just had a feeling this guy was mafia. But I'm just like, whatever, I'm just stereotyping. He's not the fucking mob. Just another loud-ass Italian guy. Then a couple of days later, this is after I already started working there, right? Me and Tony go out to lunch on our break. And Tony looks at me, he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, bro. Yeah, Lou's a made guy." I'm like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, man, he's mafia, right?" And I come to find out this motherfucker is a honest to God made man in the Colombo crime family. I started Googling him and I found articles about how he went to prison, federal prison for stock fraud. He did like a 3 or 4 year sentence, like pump and dump, right? That's, when you inflate the price of a stock purposely, only to just dump it when the price goes down and, you make a lot of money, but everyone else gets fucked. That shit's a crime, right? But I guess he got busted for that. And so we're driving, right? And we're talking about this. And I'm picturing the scene in The Sopranos where they beat the living shit out of that stockbroker because he wasn't selling the right stock that they wanted. So I turned to him and I go, hey, Tony, if I'm in the office and I'm at work and I'm on the phone and I make a mistake, is somebody going to come up behind me and smash me over the head and go, you're supposed to push webistics? And he thought it was like the funniest thing he ever heard in his life. And he's hysterically laughing like on the floor for 10 minutes. He's like, bro, that's so fucking funny, bro. Yeah, I seen that shit on The Sopranos. Like, yeah, bro, nah, you good, man. Man, nobody gonna do that to you. You're alright. No one's gonna hit you in the head, bro. Hey, you're fucking funny. So, yeah, close-up TV news, it didn't exactly work out. Like, Lou was one of the nicest guys I ever worked for. Obviously, there can be nice guys in the mafia, too. At least nice as long as you don't piss the guy off, which I had no plans on doing. And despite not making a single fucking sale or getting one appointment, I signed up not one person in the 3 weeks I was there. But I really hustled and I tried. I made call after call after call after call. And yeah, he appreciated the effort. I gave it my best and he could see that. So what could he say? Wasn't going to get mad. At one point he took me in his office. He's like, man, you suck at sales, kid. You can't make a single sale. You haven't made a sale in like your first week, but you make a lot of calls. He's like, I can see how many calls you're making on my computer. You made 120 calls today. Which also means that almost everyone hangs up on me in the first 10 seconds. If you have time to make that many, you're not on the phone long. But again, he appreciated the effort, so it was whatever. So finally, I'm not making any money, no commission, so I quit. And I guess it was on good terms because Lou still liked me, even after, according to Tony. So I go get another job. And then like a month later or something, maybe 3 weeks to a month later, I get this call from Tony asking me if I want to chill. And I really like Tony. A side note, me and him actually became friends outside of work, outside the office. And he'd come over and we'd go and we'd smoke some weed or whatever. And this guy was like a gifted actor and impressionist. He could do impressions of anything and anyone. He did this hysterical impression of Tony Montana, Scarface. And he was just a fun, entertaining guy. I really liked him. And I hope that we still hung out after I quit the place. Be careful what you wish for, as you'll see. So I say, yeah, man. Yeah, let's go chill again. I already miss chilling with you. So he invites me to go out to this club with him and this guy, Justin, from the office. And I say, yeah, all right. Now, I hate clubs. I can't dance for shit. I don't really drink alcohol, rarely. I'm terrible at meeting girls in clubs. They just don't find me attractive in a club setting. I got plenty of girls, but not in clubs. Not really. But I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll go. Fuck it. So I go and I pick up Tony, right? And we start heading to this club. And, he lived in Deer Park. And the club was in Nassau County. It was in like East Meadow on the Hempstead Turnpike. So we had to go all the way out there. Now, I had a suspended license at the time. I wasn't supposed to be driving. And I tell him, why don't you drive? Well, it turned out he didn't have a fucking license either, but he didn't tell me that. And So after I pick him up, we switch, and he gets in the driver's seat. And we go down Deer Park Avenue, and we get on the Southern State. And then we're like a mile onto the Southern State before finally I realized this guy's not only drunk, he's fucking crashed, right? I don't think he was a good driver to begin with. I don't think this dude could drive sober. But drunk, holy shit. We're going down the Southern State, and he's doing like fucking 75 or 80, and literally like weaving all over the road from like the right lane to the left lane, back to the right lane. How he didn't hit anybody or no cop pulled him over and gave him a DUI, I still don't understand. I guess he got lucky. And you're probably asking, why didn't I tell him pull the fuck over? Well, it was a combination of me having a suspended license, which if I got pulled over, I'd be arrested and thrown in jail. New York State is very, very strict on driving while suspended. I think you can get up to 3 months in jail for that. It's a big deal in New York. And it was also one of those times where, like, you want to speak and say something, but you're fucking, like, your mind is telling you something, but your body won't do it. Like, I wanted to scream, like, pull over, what the fuck, you're drunk? But all I could do was just, like, ball up in a fetal position in the passenger seat, like, no! Oh my God, we're gonna fucking die, oh no! So finally, we make it to fucking East Meadow alive. We pick up Justin, then we all go to the club. And Justin just looked like one of these guys who was just a total ladies' man. Like, he could pull any chick he wanted. He was tall and good-looking and charismatic. And, like, this guy's going to get some girls. He ends up hooking up with about every hot girl in the club that night, including some of the ones I could have only dreamed of. Like this sexy, tall, blonde chick in like a mini skirt and heels. And I was like, ugh. And he's like making out with her on the dance floor. God damn it, how do you do that? Wow. I wish. And Tony is like one of these fucking Brooklyn goombas again who talks all this shit about how much of a tough guy he is, how he could get all these chicks, how he's just like he's the shit, right? They're all like this. It's just their culture. And I didn't really see what Tony was doing. I wasn't really paying attention. I was just trying to survive this night at the club and just get out of there without embarrassing myself. But me, him, and Justin all get out of the club afterwards when it's done. And I could hear some girl talking about, like, yeah, this guy is, like, so fucking annoying. Ugh, he kept trying to, like, hit on me. And I'm like, oh, God, who's that? And then I realized she's talking about Tony. And she goes and, oh, that's him. That fucking guy right there. Like, oh, shit. But I'm thinking, like, oh, he's a cool guy. It's one drunk bitch. Like, whatever. She's just being judgmental. Yeah. You have no idea. So, I'm hanging out in the parking lot before we take off, and these two girls get into a fist fight, right? And this one girl ends up picking this other girl up and like fucking body slams her on the hood of a car, practically knocks her out. And the girl that slammed the girl starts walking away, and I didn't realize how wasted Tony was, or how much of a just horrific drunk he was. Like, some people should never go anywhere near alcohol. Nowhere near it. This guy was one of them, as I'm about to find out. So he comes walking up, and the body slam girl is like walking past him, and he just starts getting in this random girl's face and screaming at her for no reason at all. Like nose to nose, like he's gonna hit her. And this girl is like, yo, I don't know who the fuck this guy is or why he's in my fucking face. He better get out of my face now. And I'm like, Tony, come on. I'm like, this is my friend. He's kind of crazy. He's drunk. Don't mind him. And I pulled him away from the girl before, like, I guess she ended up beating the shit out of him and body slamming his ass. Or some other guy came up to White Knight and decided to fight him over it. So I get him away safely. And then we go back in front of the club from the parking lot. And then he decides to pick a fight with the biggest fucking guy he could find. This guy must have been about 6'6", close to 300 pounds. He's way bigger than Tony, right? And a lot taller. And it was one of those situations where a guy's so much bigger than you, he doesn't even like throw a punch. He just like grabs you or picks you up and throws you. He doesn't have to fight you. So all the guy does is just take Tony and like fucking fling him like 25 feet onto his ass. And the guy's like, what? What? You want to fight, bro? What? Why the fuck you picking a fight with me? I don't even know you, dude. And then Tony gets up off the ground and starts talking shit to this like 6'6" monster. Like he wants this guy to kill him. And then finally the dude realizes it's not worth it. Like this guy's like beating up a child. So he just walks away. And then Tony just keeps going. And he starts running around telling everybody he's a cop. I swear to God. He's telling people he's this sergeant in the Nassau County Police Department. Like, I'm a sergeant, man. Hey, you guys, stop it. Hold it right there. I'm a sergeant. I'm a fucking police sergeant. And everyone's looking at this guy like he's the world's biggest idiot. And he's like, no, you're not. But he kept saying it and repeating it to the point where the fucking bouncers overheard it. And I could overhear the bouncers talking to themselves saying, yeah, let's call Nassau PD and see if there's really one of their officers here. This guy says he's a sergeant. Like, and then I walk up to the bouncers and I'm like, oh, no. I know this guy. I came with him tonight. He's a fucking retard and he's just really drunk. He's not a cop. He's not in any kind of law enforcement. Just forget about it, okay? And so I get him out of this one. I'm just trying to get this guy in a fucking car before he, like, someone kills him or he goes to jail. And then me and Justin get him in the car and we start driving out of the parking lot. But I guess I wasn't going fast enough. So he opens the door, jumps out of my fucking car, and I don't think he had any weapons on him, but he started saying, yo, I'm gonna fucking stab everybody, yo. I got a fucking knife. Hey, yo, what are you looking at? I'm gonna fucking stab you. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking stab you too. And we're both like, oh my God. And we had to drag him back into the car. Finally, I take off fast enough he couldn't jump out again. And then he chills out enough, at least to not act like that anymore. But I guess he was still being crazy and annoying. Because we stopped for some shit at a 7-Eleven on the way home. But I stayed in the car. I didn't want to be seen with him again that night. And this fucking lady, right, comes out of the 7-Eleven first, before Tony. He's still inside. And I guess she saw what car he came out of. So she walks up to my window. I'm like, yeah, hi. And she goes, yeah, is that your friend? Kind of. Yeah, he's got some real problems and there's something really wrong with him. And I feel sorry for you if he's your friend. Yeah, have a good night. Like, oh my God. Now what? So finally, he gets out of the 7-Eleven, he gets in the car, and then he just passes the fuck out. Like the rest of the ride back to Deer Park. And I drop him off at his house. And, oh my God, seriously. I mean, this guy was out of his mind just in general. Like, mind you, I did not grow up around guns. My parents hate guns. They're like left-wing, anti-gun, hate the NRA liberals. They won't associate with like gun nuts, anyone like that. If I ever owned a gun and my mom found out, she'd be just horrified. Horrified. I would never tell her if I had a gun. And I'm chilling at Tony's house, and I find out he's got this collection of, like, pistols, right? Like 9mm pistols and shit that he keeps in his sock drawer. He's like, yo, man, you want to see my fucking guns? You want to see my guns, bro? So he shows me his guns, and when I check them out, and then, that was it for that day. And then his girlfriend, Christine, he broke up with her, but they were still friends. And he gets this call from Christine. Some guy's over her house harassing her, bothering her and shit. He's like, yo, I'm gonna fucking take care of this guy, bro. I'm gonna fuck this guy up. This was before the incident with the club, by the way. This was when I was still a Close-Up TV News. He's like, yo, can you give me a ride? Because he didn't have a car. I said, can you give me a ride to Christine's house? And I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. It's on my way home. And he opens his sock drawer and he kind of puts his hand on like one of the pistols. Goes, yo, I'm gonna take a fucking gun. You think I should take a gun? Which one should I take? I'm like, no, Tony. You even look at those fucking guns. I'm leaving right now, and your ass can walk to her house. Fuck no. You think I'm going to be an accessory to whatever you're going to do to this guy? No. I later found out he didn't do shit. He was just talking shit the whole time. Like, this guy was a total pussy. He just acted tough because his uncle was in the mafia. And, but I guess that was why he never joined. It was like AJ Soprano, like,
in my business, he wouldn't make it.
Yeah, no way. He wouldn't last 10 seconds in the mob. But after all this shit at the club, Tony actually has the balls to call me again and ask me to hang out like nothing happened. I think he was so wasted he didn't remember any of it. He's like, I did all that shit? Oh man, I can't believe that. I'm sorry. And like, it didn't matter. After all that, there was no way I was ever chilling with this guy again, let alone drinking. Fuck no. That was the first and that was the last time we were ever going to a club. But like I said, I didn't want to hang out with him again, period. And I told him, nah, I'm good. You know, after all that, I was so embarrassed. I had to apologize for you over and over and over. People looking at me like I was the world's biggest asshole just because I was with you. Nah, man, I'm good. And he's like, fine, whatever, bro, fine. Don't come out. And he hung up the phone and I never saw him or spoke to him ever again. And I don't know what happened to the guy. I don't even know if he's still alive. If he fucking ran his mouth to the wrong guy and someone fucking shot or stabbed him, probably. But, yeah, that was the epic story of my time working for Close-Up TV News as an honorary member of the Colombo crime family and with the great Tony and Lou. Huh, what a guy. What a fucking guy.